Hi guys, welcome back to another one of our allotment videos, and in today's video we're just going to show you what we've been up to. So we've got these 3-tier raised beds, and what I mean by tier is they're pallet collars, 1, 2, 3. You can stack them as high as you want. It's just good for accessibility really, and if you're older and things like that, so you can easily get in there and do bits. But the other thing we're going to do is, in a previous video we did actually discuss having a fruit cage, well, planning a fruit cage a few parts ago, and we're not actually going to go down that route because they take up too much room and we just don't want to do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some more of these pallet collars / raised beds. There's one row here already. We're going to put another row here, and we've built our first one, but it's a H-frame. So it's a bit of outdoor timber, a few brackets, obviously all outdoor screws and stuff, some vine eyes, eye hooks, and some paracord. And what that's going to enable us to do is grow whatever we want in these, but also put insect netting or polythene across. So you can either have fruit in there, vegetables, you can have netting here. The reason why we put these eye hooks is so the netting don't get caught on there and rip it, so it's nice and smooth. You can have the netting draped over like that, and then we'll have some of this paracord here on a oof. Anyway, what was them little tie things called? Oh, the paracord. What are them little
toggles?
Toggles. Yeah. So we'll have the netting or the polythene, depending what we want to grow, almost like a mini greenhouse, over here like this, and then we'll just tie it around the bottom.
Got some toggles.
I'm sure we'll have to tweak things, but I just think it would give us a bit of a better infrastructure really,
yeah,
rather than having a massive fruit cage. We can sort of tailor things as we want to.
Those are the toggles.
Those are the toggles, yeah, 2 bits of paracord.
Yeah.
We'll just have that tied off real tight so everything's easily accessible.
So we're going to put, just hear me sawing, we're going to put the other 3 together with the H-frame, and then we'll just run through the measurements of the wood, what we used and how we put it together in another video, I think. Yeah,
so this will be part 1 of this particular video, and then we'll come back to you when we've got them all up. We have got some basic netting just to illustrate, but I'm sure you get the idea. Okay, so we've got them all the H frames constructed on top of the raised beds. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them all levelled off and everything, and we've just
we just run through with how we made.
Yeah.
The tools you're going to need. You're going to need a drill. You're going to need some of these. They're a bracket, and they are, in normal course of life, used to secure worktops to battens in kitchens, things like that. Screw fix, tool station. You will need vine hooks. Yeah.
I think those ones are 75mm.
Yeah.
You get them in different sizes as well if you need to.
And you'll need your drill, basically, and some screws.
Saw, yeah.
You need some 25mm screws to put the brackets under there. Yeah, and you need 8 per raised bed.
So you need a pack of screws really.
You'll need say 35mm screws to secure it on to. Yeah. Again, you need 4 per wood. This wood is 2 centimetres by 3.54. These are roofing battens. It came from B&Q. Come in 2.4 metre lengths. And what we did, we cut one 2.4 metre length into 2, so that gave us 1.2 or 120 centimetres. So it's quite cold up here. And the middle bit here, if you're using the big raised pallet collars from B&Q, these are 118, 117.5, 118, and this middle bit, if you're using this wood, is 111 centimetres. I'll just focus in on that bit on the other end here, don't it? That's what you need there, just to make sure that you've got that bit. These are 120 or 1200. What you need to do is attach these first, put a little spirit level on top to make sure they're level. You see here where I've got a black pen mark, I've just marked in the middle of this. I've positioned these to the bottom of the first pallet collar, and then we've put one screw in at the bottom, and then we've turned it and levelled it up, and then we just moved down. It didn't take long at all. This stuff on here is paracord. We've looped it through at the end, and then we've like crossed it like that at this end, so it's like that, and then we've just tied it off, and that's quite taut. And we're just going to be able to drop things either through or over netting and stuff. Unfortunately, the netting we were going to use hasn't arrived, so just to give you a feel of what we're trying to do and what will happen is we will use, well, you can get all sorts of butterfly netting, you name it, you can get it. Basically, this will come over, be a bit wider, go around the bottom, it'll cover the sides.
There'll be a bit here as well.
And what we'll use some more paracord with this, with a toggle. It's that little thing, you know, you get on your coats and things, and we'll secure the netting all the way around with that.
We've got a piece of paracord going all the way around, and toggle real tight and just keeps it.
And that's really quite simple. The netting that I've ordered but hasn't arrived yet is 3 meters by 20, so that's going to give me plenty of length and plenty of width as well. Just cut it off to the width I want. Obviously you can put polythene over these. You get the idea that it's just going to be like that, stretched out properly obviously, and that'll work brilliant for us. That'll work really well. So and then we can either protect the fruit with butterfly netting, which is fine, there's all sorts of netting like I said, or we can have polythene. We start our plants off so we can have little greenhouses and also protect our fruit. But I'm just trying to get this over a bit so you can see how much it...
Yeah, this isn't really the best net to use for this, but we're just trying to
and it is,
give an example.
It's not the best weather today, so
it's a bit windy, so that would be...
That's the principle, you can see
obviously,
there.
as I said, them side bits would be covered in, it wouldn't just be left.
No.
You'd have like almost like a roof over this and secured around the top one.
So it'd be totally enclosed.
But open to the elements for sunshine and the rain.
When you want to just, the idea of the cord as well is just to be able to virtually do that, make it nice and easy for us and pull it back, done, finished.
Yeah. So the one thing we haven't mentioned is what are we going to do with this bark in here? We're going to remove it, aren't we?
So we're going to remove some of this bark and we'll get down to the soil so things can grow quite deep. One of the big advantages, I'd say, of having raised beds above anything else apart from, did we cover about older people and be able to maintain them and things?
Not sure if we did, but it's worth mentioning it.
So one of the reasons that I've come to this height, 3 high, you often see them just 1 high, and that's absolutely fine, but the only thing with that, you've got to keep bending down. So if you're a little bit older, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain water, do your bits, sit down, walk round. And the other thing that I've tried to do, and this is one of the reasons these H-frames in as well, is that if you are a little bit older, look, just hold on to things and move round, which is good.
Yeah, so there's a few reasons why we've done it.
Benefits.
Quite a few benefits.
This wood is about just under £4 a length, I think it was.
Yeah.
Something like that, so it's not too expensive. The only expensive bit can be these, but you can get them second hand, depends where you get them from. But yeah, no, it's worked out well, and it'll I think be beneficial long term. We'll show you when we've got one full and we've got the proper insect repellent netting, which is white. We'll come back and show you another video, but hopefully you get the idea, and you might want to make an H-frame for your raised beds in your allotment or garden or wherever. It doesn't have to be 3 high. You could just have 1 high.
You can
use
do
your
whatever you
H-frame.
want, yeah.
You can still just this H-frame is the simplest way.
And even we could just take them 2 bottom ones off and just square the pallet up and just put it back down.
And that's why we've only attached it to the top one.
Yeah, so it's only on this one, not on them.
I don't know if we've got that bracket in under there, did we?
We've got that bracket, yeah.
Yeah, 2 just 4 screws.
Just to make sure it doesn't fall to bits, basically.
1 screw in the end there.
1 screw, yeah. A little bit over-engineered. Probably only need 2 there, but we don't want it falling to bits. So.
Yeah, so just want it to last because it does get quite windy up here.
This can be replaced with
it's cheap
easily.
enough.
Just cut it off. We need to the only thing we need to do is seal these ends with a lighter. We haven't got a lighter with us, so.
This is from Amazon, the paracord. It's cheap enough stuff. It's nylon. We'll put a link to it on the video. We'll put a link to those if we can find them, and the other bits you might need. These little brackets. Like I say, they're used in the kitchen industry predominantly, but we'll try and find out what they're called. Can't remember at this moment in time. But yeah, it's and it probably took us, once we did the first one, about, if you allowed an hour to take your time, and we systematically put these in first, then we drilled the vine holes, then we cut all our wood first, don't get me wrong, we cut all the pieces, put these in first, did the vine holes, put these on. What we did to get this straight is we had a piece of wood, so they're all level, with a black line there, and we just lined it up there, the bottom of the wood, and the black line to the top, and that worked well. So we got them all, so it was a bit of a jig really, but it's worked very well for us. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's a cold November afternoon, you can hear the sniffles. It is, as we speak, just about to rain, because I can see the back of the camera with some shiny spots on it, and that is rain. All the birds are out, you can see, looking for something to eat. Anyway, that's us from the allotment today, and please keep watching. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with a few more videos soon.